Edit the beginning part of it until we get started. We'll turn these off. Actually,
damn, I was all good until now.
Oh, well, you know, just think about it this way. It's just us in here. And you don't have to put anything out that you don't like.
True that. Well, I don't know. It's
you
on
just
his
say-
phone. You know.
Yeah, well.
Chad might be wanting to fuck with me later
I
on.
know, because I'm always like, why do people put out those videos of the major fails? Like, if I did that myself.
Oh,
like,
if he puts out a major fail, I know where Chad
it.
lives. I'm coming for him. It's not.
Yes, sir.
That's over here.
Take me for what I'm worth. I love it.
All right. Well, so to ease into it, I'm gonna introduce myself, and then I'll explain who I'm here with, and then I'll start asking y'all questions. And I'll be the one to just keep looking at the paper, and y'all just talk to me.
Okay.
All right. And then sometimes I guess you can look at the camera
If you want,
because
yeah.
I could even like if I needed to scoot more and be like, we can do whatever.
How's it going again?
I'm a Barbie. I've been seeing a lot of Barbie. I watched Barbie
Oh,
twice.
you did?
I went
Twice?
Yeah, I went. Yeah. I
You
went
saw it, didn't you?
No, I have not.
Okay, I went with a bunch of girls, and then I made my husband take me. So I'm like, I want to see it again.
Well, let me turn off my radar.
Oh yeah.
You know, I want to look important and stuff.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me.
Dude, I was
Well,
trying
that's
to.
my agent calling. Let me,
Yes.
Right.
I need one of those so bad.
I have one, but I don't even use it.
one moment, please.
It's Condra Artista out of San Antonio.
Nice. That's cool.
She's giving me a lot of gigs, and I be working. I couldn't take off, so she kind of like died out.
Oh.
Sucks.
Well, I just need somebody to like manage my social media and like do my technical stuff. That's really what I don't want to do. So I'm trying to make that money.
Okie dokie.
Okay. All right.
Is it already? You already
It's
recording?
recording.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! This whole time.
It's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got background. I got funny footage.
Sneaky motherfucker.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna take a 5-second pause and then I'll start.
Love you. Love you.
I'll
Love
let
y'all.
you do.
Yes, thank
Whoop
you.
whoop.
And thank you so much, Rachel, for doing this.
welcome.
And Chad, I'm glad you found time
Oh.
for me.
Oh,
You know,
man.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, found time for me.
I did finally, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
We're all
Hey, you got 5 minutes, dude. Get out.
Yeah. It's like phone call. And 5.
Yeah.
4,
Right,
3.
yeah.
Wrap it up.
Yes.
All right, bye.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Rachel, and this is Chad and Fred. And today we are going to talk to them a little bit about where they come from creatively. You know, I know that you are 2 local actors from WACOWOOD, and I definitely appreciate that because I myself like to do creative projects here and there. And the one I'm working on right now is actually Bustles and Bangers. It's a podcast.
Nice.
And Chad's actually been a guest.
Oh,
and so,
nice.
Oh,
yeah.
it was fun.
It was fun. It was so
Least
much
to say.
talking.
Oh.
But it was a great time.
Oh, yeah.
But it was
Wait
a
till you
great
see
time.
it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it was good.
If you
It's
dare.
good stuff. But yeah, so thanks guys for letting me interview you and look into your lives a little bit closer.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
well, thank you for doing this with us. We
Absolutely.
appreciate
Yeah.
you taking out the time to come out and hanging out with us 2 bums. But
Homeless guys, you know.
Hey,
we'll go from here and
It's
like,
my favorite element. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm perfect for
But
this.
yeah, thank y'all too. Thank you for hitting me up. Thank you for participating.
Absolutely.
Thank me for doing it, you know.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes.
I'm kidding. Ow.
All right. Well, so let's see. All right, Chad.
Yes.
What is WACOWOOD, and how did you get involved?
Aye. WACOWOOD is a project, or not a project. It's like a movement, I guess you could say. And you can always jump in and correct me, but I think Russell Clay,
Yes.
to me, is what started the WACOWOOD.
All right.
It's kind of like a movement. People pitch in, you get shirts in return. They pitch in, and in return it pays the actors, and we actually got paid.
All right.
Yeah.
Fred, tell me more.
Well, so WACOWOOD is actually rebranded from Red Sea TV, which has been established since I think about 2005, maybe even before that.
Yeah.
I didn't come onto the scene until 2016.
Wow.
So that was my first opportunity. I was introduced to Russell, and he needed, obviously he needed someone good looking and badass, and
Right.
unfortunately he got me. So, and that it started with a film, and actually I got to work with Chad. That was one of the first films I got to work with Chad. I got to meet him, and from
Good
that
people.
point, it's gone on to movie after movie. It's all short films. You know, we've done short films, and from that point, it's kind of progressed and has evolved to WACOWOOD. It's kind of a rebranding, so to speak. Instead of going to Hollywood, we don't need to go to Hollywood. We got Waco right here, and we got plenty of
talented people here
all over the place.
Yeah,
so now we're trying to establish that.
And to bounce off that, you know, he said he started in 2016. I actually started back in 06.
All right, yes.
Earlier in the stages. For first thing, Russell hit my mom up. She was working at the Ice House, Clark Creek Ice House.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, we need a waitress for a film." And she's like, "No, my son may do it." And that's how I got started. So yeah, it was fun. I love the guys, Russell and Chris, everybody involved. So I've been down since 06. Been doing films.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat to see these kinds of things develop and last in Waco. It's extremely appreciated for, I know, that side of the creative community to have that kind of, you know, involvement and support.
Oh yeah.
So that's awesome. That's awesome. All right.
Good
Well,
feeling.
so I want to hear a little bit more about y'all personally. So Chad, tell me a little bit about yourself, whether that is just who you are or, you know, what you've done creatively.
Right. So I love pizza.
All right. Yes.
And
I was
Ninja
thinking
Turtles.
about that tonight. All
Turtles
right.
and pizza. I'm a weirdo. I love horror.
Have you seen the new movie yet?
No, I know.
Alright.
Don't.
I haven't either.
Don't.
Hold on. Deeply disappointed.
Oh no.
Deeply disappointed.
Maybe we should all just go.
Yeah.
Right after this, we're gonna go see it.
See y'all. I'm sorry. No, I haven't seen it. You know, and I was going to, but plans changed, and I'm still holding on to not going. I don't know. I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
Don't hold me to that.
Okay.
But you know, I love acting. I got involved in it, like I said, in 06, which never even thought about it to that day, and I loved it. So then I started venturing off to like, oh, maybe I can do some out of town gigs or blah blah blah. So I was my own agent, per se, and I was just hitting people up, directors. Hey, boom, 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 and I got into a lot of stuff. I have my own IMDb page, but all things it's not even updated to everything that I've done. You know.
Okay, I don't even know if I knew that. Now I gotta go look it up.
Yeah, dude, check back.
Gotta do some IMDb stalking.
There's even a video of them. You know,
All right.
So, but you know, acting, and you know, we're in the music studio right now, Focus One Studios. This is where I chill, my domain. The booth's in there. I do that. Wrestling, you know, I do some wrestling gigs, which involve music.
Yep.
And all that.
And the wrestling's awesome. We actually did we were working on a short film promo, and I got a little bit of a taste of it. And,
sure did.
And I tell you what, it was an experience. I had never really done that in that type of environment, in a ring with the ropes, in the canvas and so forth. And you know, I had to learn on the fly, which was fun. It was actually fun. But I will say this: the next day, I do remember it quite. Yes, it was absolutely. I think
it hurts. Wrestling's not fake.
Yes, yeah, as fake as they say it is, you're still gonna get some bumps and bruises, and those guys work very, very hard. I have a deep respect for those guys that do this wrestling. So any of these guys that put out there, they put in 100%.
I've been doing it since '99. That's when I started. It was traditionally in the backyard on a trampoline. It was a rectangle trampoline, and the holes where the ladders were put in. We had fake ropes, you know.
Oh my God.
So we started then. It was WAW, and the guys I ran with, they stopped doing it. They were like, "Oh, we're old." I'm like, "No, let's keep going."
Yeah.
So I carried the tradition.
You just keep on going.
So I carried the name WAW and kept it going, and to this day, you know, I haven't done a show in a while, but I consider it going on. So. I do a lot, man. I made my own movie, Uncle Stan. I wrote, directed, produced it, stunt choreographed it, whatever, and just he was part of it.
It was an awesome. It was an awesome.
I mean,
and that's where you were really able to like just solidify your love for horror.
I felt bad because of the kill scenes. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But some people may think it's like
just
really?
that you cinematically had to hurt someone.
Well. You'll see soon. Actually, it's coming out on. Me and Jesse's been talking about it.
Yes,
it's coming out on YouTube very, very, very soon. So you all your eyes will be able to peep it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that's it, man. I just stay busy, man. Work a couple jobs and music, wrestling, acting. My dog Wednesday. This, I love it. I love life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, well, Fred, we've got to hear about you.
Well, I don't know how to top that. I think I'm relatively boring by comparison.
There's no topping.
Well, so. I have a regular day job, you know, Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends, whenever, you know, they have me. But, you know, the acting thing is what you know, kind of came about. I had a change in life that persuaded me to go ahead and pursue some of the things I've always kind of wanted to do and never really had the opportunity or the time to do. So from that point, like I said, I was introduced to Russell, and you know, I volunteered my time, and I think, you know, I wasn't even worried about the money. You know, I was like, you know, hey, I want to do this.
Yes.
I've been wanting to do this, right? So
That's a passion.
oh yeah, absolutely. And he gave me the opportunity, and I said, you know, whatever. And I, you know, the funny thing is, Chad, is that one of the first things, you know, obviously not having a lot of budget to work with, is that, you know, I got a, you know, gift card to the backyard. So
Nice.
you know, I'm like,
We used to get
hey,
that,
and I'm like, I'm gonna eat, you know, because
Yes.
I'm like, you know,
The
you
food
feed.
is good.
I work for food, so I
Yes.
mean, it was great. So it was one of those opportunities, and from that point, I just you know, ran with it. And every opportunity that he needs somebody, whether it's, you know, a small part or big part or you know, what have you.
Main role.
Yeah, you know, I'm working on it. I mean, it's kind of a evolution for me.
Well, I have seen your work, and it
Yeah.
is amazing.
Well,
You can be very scary and very
Yes.
tough.
well, you know, and the hard part about that is you know, I have to really work hard at that, because you know,
Yeah.
I'm actually a kind of
I-
Bear.
I'm a
I
funny
know.
guy.
I know.
You know, I'm a funny guy. I'm a kind guy. You know, most people that know me are like, dude.
How did you get
Where did this
Yeah,
come from? You
yeah,
know?
it's like-
Totally different person.
I said, well, you know, hey, when you poke the bear, you'll find
Yeah.
out. But you
Yeah.
know, for the most part, you know, like I said, I'm pretty cool. So whenever I get to do these opportunities, it's like, you know, I get to show that other side that kind of lingers underneath. So
The acting brings that out of you.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, I get an opportunity to showcase it.
Yes,
So,
I like it.
Yeah, it's like almost like therapy, you know, like
yeah.
release the beast a bit.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
That's right.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's so awesome. That is so cool. Okay, well, so I mean, we kind of almost covered a little bit about this, but like, how did you get into acting? You said that, you know, your mom got a part and you that, but like maybe what kept you going? You know.
Passion, the love for it, and seeing, because when I first started, it was just always Russell. I did all the Cowboy and Lucky TV series, the series on Fox 44 that came out, the movies, the short filming. I did all of it, and just seeing Russell's passion, and me, I was just getting into it. I was like, oh, this is cool, it's fun, let's have fun with it. Never done it. I actually liked it. I enjoyed it, and then, like I said, ultimately, just seeing Russell's passion for it inspired me to just keep going for it and doing it, which is why I pushed out to do other gigs, in which I was able to do, and I've gotten some major like you know, exposure. Like you know, you keep going, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know, I played a main role on a TV series that was on national TV. It was the Reels channel. I played Stephen Avery, the young Stephen Avery.
All
Murder Made Me Famous.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. And then on a TV show called, I don't know, it's on Showtime, The Leftovers, I think it's called.
Okay.
And I played in 2 episodes. I did 1 episode. It was like a featured role.
Yes.
The Doctor Who guy
Yes.
came up to me. He's all shocked, and I had like a mannequin. I'm like, my baby, you know. And then they're like, we like you, so they put me back on another episode and all that. So you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
So it's just a passion, love. Like you said, we weren't getting paid for it, and no disrespect to anybody. It's just we didn't care.
You know,
We didn't-
that's part of the sacrifice and love for it.
Yeah.
So, you know, if we were worried about, you know, obviously if we were worried about the money, then, you know, I think it would have stopped a long time ago.
Oh,
But
oh,
for
yeah.
the fact that we just love to do it, you know, continues to push us. And for me, every opportunity is an opportunity for me to get better and learn, right?
Yeah,
So
it's true.
with each opportunity and each film, I've learned more, become more comfortable, and made plenty of friends. I mean, I've since I've met Chad, I mean, you know, every time we run into each other, I see him, man, hey, what's up, buddy? And it's the same with the most everybody that is involved in this in WACOWOOD is you know, local people that, you know, they have their day lives, and they get an opportunity to come out here and explore their side of acting, and getting that opportunity to, you know what, I can't go to California, I can't go to New York, I can't go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
We can do this right here.
Yeah.
And for that, I mean, it gives us plenty of opportunity. And like I said, we do it over and over, keep trying, and then, you know, one of those points we start to make a difference. You know, people start to recognize us, and for me, that's wonderful, because you know, it's kind of like you're leaving a little bit of a legacy behind, right?
Yeah.
To me, it's kind of like what would I say? You're immortalized.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know, granted, with your family, everybody knows you. You know, oh yeah, he's a joker, he's this, but you know, people on the outside only know maybe a small part of you that you deal with on a regular basis. But they get to see the opportunities, the different kind of characters that you can create. They really got to see a different side of you, and like I said, that's there forever. It goes on the internet. It goes on to the theater. If you're so lucky on television, it's there forever.
Yeah. Well, so, and with Waco, it's already kind of iconic, and now you've paired, some really amazing shows that are filmed, in and around it, which is awesome. Yeah. It's awesome. You really put a good combination here. Well, so how did you get your first gig?
Well, for me, I'm gonna make this. It's gonna get on the little serious side.
Okay.
Here, okay. For me. So, what happened in my life? 2015. I used to be basketball. I used to be in the gym all the time. I'd go running the trails at Cameron Park. I mean, I just full speed all the time. And in 2015, in June 1st, believe it or not, I had a heart attack. And I didn't know I was having a heart attack. Me and my younger son were there at the gym, worked out. Hey, I'm hungry. We went out to eat. We went to Cotton Patch. I plugged there, Cotton Patch. But went to Cotton Patch, came back, and of course, nothing I hadn't done many times before. Got back. My son said, hey, let's go play some basketball. So we run a full court. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Go out there. And I decided to go out there and run. Well, played 2 games. Second game, I came off the floor, and I was like, man, I'm really feeling tired. And then all of a sudden, I felt, I got some indigestion. And I'm like, maybe I need to sit down. Maybe I just need to cool off, whatever. And I said, maybe I'm just feeling a little ill because I just ate, right? And I kind of lingered around for a little bit, and a couple of my buddies there, Brad Garza, who's also part of WACOWOOD, he said, man, you good? You don't look good, man. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I just kind of really feel. I think maybe I just need to go vomit. I'm sorry, but maybe I need to go vomit.
We're used to it,
right? And I was like, okay. Well, I said, you know what? I'll go hit this gym shower, cool off, some cool water, come out, and got back out, and it's like still, I cooled off, felt a little bit better, and I walked out to the car, so I'm gonna drive home. Me and my son, so I'm gonna get home. I don't feel good, so end up driving, getting, of course, on the way out to the parking lot, a Ralph, or for people that want to go buy cars, it was a Buick, right? And drove after I felt a little bit better, so I was like, hey, maybe I'm good now. So I drove home, got home, and all of a sudden I felt a lot of pressure in my chest, and I'm like, wow, something's not right. And at that point, I was either going to be the tough guy that I usually am, and I'll go sleep it off, or I'll go to the hospital. I ended up going to the hospital.
I'm so glad you did.
And when I got there, it started progressively getting worse. And they, got me back checked and said, you're AFib right now. We need to get you back. The next thing I know, I'm in a room, 6 nurses, a doctor. They're trying to hook up IVs. They're putting pads on me with so forth to check all my statistics and vitals and so forth, and I mean it's just a whirlwind. So from that point it was kind of like, oh shit, you can die here. And looking at me physically at the time, even the doctor saying, on the outside you look fantastic, but on the inside,
yes,
well, not as good as it was, but we're working on that. But at that time, I'm like, what's going on? It says, well, you had a heart attack, and we need to get you. So they ended up going in, and they put in 4 stents,
wow,
right, to open up the arteries, which, by the way, you're not asleep, and very painful, because I'm sitting here, I'm watching the screen, right, and there's the monitor here, and you have the doctor over here, and he's going in with the, I guess, to put in the stents. Yeah. And I'm sitting here watching this going on, and I'm looking at the monitors. As long as this damn thing doesn't stop I'm okay. But if this shit stops, I'm probably gonna.
This sounds like a horror movie.
I know.
Trust me.
I'm already riding it.
Trust me.
Oh my gosh.
Trust me. I'm the whole time I'm tripping. I'm like, man, as long as that thing keeps beeping and moving, I'm good. Well, get through that. I ended up spending a week in the hospital, and after that, you had a lot of time to recollect a lot of things in your life, and I did. And one of the things I wanted to do was, you know what? I want to live a little. I want to do things I kind of wanted to do, but never had the opportunity to do. One of them was acting. So, from that point, there was an opportunity for AMC had a project going on in Austin. It was called The Sons. I think something in Texas, whatever. Pierce Bronson, right? And they needed some extras.
Confederates.
Yes. Well, they needed several different ones. They needed extras, right? And of course, I was feeling really good at the point because I, this was like, okay, this is one of the things I want to do.
What if you saw me there? I was there a couple of times.
You know what? You may have.
I was there.
But I was there. I was there
Small
for the opening. Crazy enough. Well, I'm there for, I'm trying to go up there. I never auditioned, nothing. I just, out of the blue, I found this thing up here and I said, you know what, an extra. I'm going to go for it, right? I go up there.
Heck yeah, man.
And unfortunately, I didn't get accepted.
That's all right.
Shame on you. But there was a gentleman there that was from San Antonio. He was a director. His name was Carlos Garcia. And he had actually stopped me beforehand and talked to me about, hey, are you an actor? And I said, well, honestly, I've never done anything before. I'm just trying to, get a feel for this. I wanted to see if they had, something as an extra. They were looking for extras and wanted to give it a touch. And he goes, you know what? I think I have a part for you. And I said, seriously, right? And of course, initially I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'm not going to walk away because I don't know how serious the gentleman is, and he's not part of AMC. So I said, okay, well, I'll talk to you and give me your number and so forth and what have you. And I'm like, okay. And I went ahead and went through the whole process, and they take your picture, what's your size, blah blah blah. You like this, and I'm like, okay. Anyway, got all done, So I don't know if I was going to get it or not, but it didn't appear like hey, we need you to stay over here. So as I was leaving, this gentleman was waiting for me, and he actually asked me. He said, "Jay, I'm really serious." I said, "Well, I don't live on Austin. I live in Waco, and and of course you're doing this in San Antonio. So if you really feel, I will drive down there and audition and so forth, and And I'm thinking, okay, this is my price. Says I need you to play, kind of a soldier type, whatever, because that's kind of what I looked like at the time. And I'm like, excellent. I'll come down there and I'll at least audition. Well, of course, I got out there audition, and man, I'm talking about. You think I'm sweating now? It's never done this before. Well, never did any of this. Let alone you got 3 guys with cameras in your face and director, and then I'm dealing with another person. She's supposed to be dying, and I'm supposed to be showing emotion, and it was like.
What's
like,
I just got you today.
Yes, right, and literally, right. So, of course, the audition didn't go very well, and I was like, look, I know that this is not me. I'm not ready for this, but I mean, if you need someone in the back, you need a soul, you need this or you need that. I said, I'm your guy. I said, you put me in whatever else. I don't have to have a whole lot of dialogue, but I'll go with it. If you need me to act like a badass or get killed or die grotesquely or whatever the case may be, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, he said, you know what? I want you to come back. I think I'm gonna write you into this story.
Wow.
So there for almost a year, I actually drove back and forth to San Antonio once, sometimes twice a week for training. We got to train with the Green Beret, so we learned tactical stuff. We got to learn a little bit of Krav Maga, and we got with a jiu-jitsu instructor who taught us a little bit along the way, and tactical. So I went and done this for a whole year, and this is one of those other things that kind of, unfortunately, as things went on with this film, there was more players involved, more producers and so forth, and at some point it just kind of fell apart, which was heartbreaking for me because I really did invest a whole lot. I drove 3 hours to get there, and I trained and I'd come back.
Well, do you remember some of the stuff you learned?
Oh yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well, not only that, but every person that I made friends with there, I'm still friends with. I might not get to talk to them on a daily basis, but I still remain friends with them.
Good.
But that was one of those things that disappointed me. It's like, man, I really wanted to do this, and this is how bad I want to do this, and then I swear to God, here it goes. And it's one of those things that's maybe divine intervention. one of my other buddies, Lance Springman, knew Chris Hoke. Chris Hoke knew Russell, and next thing I know, hey, I think we got something for you. Come on here, and next thing you know, I'm a henchman bodyguard in Azriel.
That's so
cool.
Right? And I meet Chad, I meet
Tim,
Jesse,
I meet
Jesse, I meet,
Rachel.
Rachel Bryant. Yeah, I got to slap her around. Sorry about that. But it made it look good.
There you
And
everybody was cool.
Yeah. And I think Ja Vega was in that, and Randy Rourke were in it. So a lot of these guys that these guys have always been around in the background. We're always there. Eric's another one. He's really good. And these guys have been around, and every other year, we're doing this again. And like I said, it's because we love it. And I love it. And I want to continue to do it as long as I can, as long as I have the opportunity. So that's why for me, it's like, whatever you need, you let me know, I got you.
That's awesome.
And I try my hardest to get better and better at it each time, just, hopefully one of these days I'm ready out. And right now I've been promoting my 1-800 Please Help Part 2. I have been pushing that out there. Well, I finally decided, hey, Russell had been our tactic, and we're going to do a Part 3, right? But it wasn't something that was really in the forefront of the moment because we had just finished Runner, right? Which was another great opportunity because my oldest granddaughter got to be in, and my 5-year-old daughter got to be a little small part. So again, I think it's one of those things that I've had a lot of opportunity and a lot of blessing with it because I've had a lot of good things happen and more opportunities for more people around us and especially me. And it's like, okay, let's keep on doing this. So I started promoting 1-800. I got and I like I said, and it's one of those things. Jim Caviezel, and it might be his promotional group or whatever. They liked it, And then Tim Ballard himself was another one, which he also liked it on one of these. So it's one of those things. Hey, we've gotten some feedback from some other producers. Russell talks, so that's why we're going to jump on 1-800 Please Help Part 3 shortly after we finish Law Dog, which is currently in works. We're going to start shooting that here in a couple of weeks. And, like I said, you never know. We just might hit that right person, and, next thing you know, Jason Momoa, move out of the way.
Yeah.
There's a new guy in town. There's a new guy in town.
Everybody covers for us.
Up the list.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it.
So.
I love it. Well, I see that for you. Well, that kind of leads me to a question for you, Chad. What was your favorite movie to act in?
Interesting.
Very
interesting. My brain is going through all the hundreds of films that I've been in.
Are we boasting numbers again?
Sorry,
Really?
Not
Really?
intentionally.
Wow.
Not intentionally.
See, now that's right. Go ahead.
Oh man.
Usually this situation occurs like, well, what can I think of in this moment?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm struggling for this answer. There's so many good ones, man. I'm afraid I'm gonna miss one. Obviously, I'm gonna choose. God, I don't know this answer. Can I?
Do you want to skip?
No,
Friend?
I don't want to skip. I want to skip.
All of them.
Yes.
Well, so there's two. I'm gonna do two.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something, and no disrespect, on a national level. When I did The Murder Made Me Famous,
Yep.
I filmed for like 3 weeks with them, back and forth to Dallas. That whole team, and I'll get to what I'm about to get to in a second. The whole team was just amazing, from the makeup to the director to the assistant director, the PA. I mean, the whole team was just amazing, which reminded me of all the experiences I had with Russell and his team. So it is kind of a reflection of that. So Murder Made Me Famous was a fun shoot because I got to be in the mind of a crazy guy, or whatever you believe. You may be crazy, maybe not. I don't know what you believe.
It's nice to know.
It's a
matter of perspective.
Local wise, I would say I like filming. I don't know. CH85. How about that?
Okay.
It's a TV series. CH85. It was like everybody got infected. I played in an episode there. It was fun. I got to run and dive. Have a fight scene into a little creek, a pond. I actually slid down and I did it purposely for the action. Slid down a hill, and when it stopped, and you hear me coughing and all that, I was really choking on grass and dirt. I was like, if you zoom in,
So that's
if you
the most
listen,
realistic one.
yes,
I will say this.
So that was a fun shoot overall.
I will say that about Chad. Chad will go all out physically.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think he generally, if he's not bleeding, bumped, or bruised, or scraped, then he's being lazy.
Russell's like, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm my own stuff,
if I don't hurt myself, then I don't feel like I'm doing anything. That's Chad.
I want to do all the stunts. I want to do all the work.
Well, why split the paycheck with another person? I'll just take it all.
Well, you know, we can always afford to have a stunt double. Right?
We looking like I could be a stunt double.
Yeah, y'all could.
Yeah.
From a certain angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the angle of the beard, I think.
Yeah. So I think that's the answer. Spit off the top of my head answer. I'm sure there's more of a thoughtful answer.
Well, and I'm sure all of them were great, but it helps us kind of get an idea of what to look for to see, you know, what you were really having a great time in.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, Fred, what is your greatest strength and weakness within your creative career?
Oh, that was supposed to be Chad's
Nope.
question.
Nope.
Damn.
I said no because that sounds like a job interview question, and I'm not answering that question.
But within your creative career, you know, so that makes it more fun.
So what is my greatest? Well, honestly, I am super proud of the 1-800 series. Obviously, with part 2, I had an opportunity to be in front of the camera, have dialogue, interact, and so forth. And it was a big step for me because, you know, most of my parts is, you know, hey, I need you to beat up this guy, and I need you to do this, and whatever. And it's you know, it's all one of those things working up to that point. And for me, that was one of those moments. It's like, you know what? I've done this. You know, I've trusted Russell and anything else. And I said, you know what? You know, the opportunity was going to come. And he's like, you know what? You're ready for this. And like I said, sometimes you don't always have that confidence. But when he put that confidence in me, I was like, let's do this. And it was fantastic. Now, as far as, you know, weaknesses go, you know, I don't know that. You know, I'll be ready for anything, you know, romantic comedies or, you know, the lead guy, the love interest, all that kind of stuff. That's just, you know, that's just not me.
The guy,
I mean, not that, not that, you know,
okay.
Honestly, I probably could play it, and I think, you know, they would do that, but then, you know, I've been all told that, you know, the other, you know, actors kind of get jealous, so we want you to kind of calm down, and we'll put you in the back, and you can be the bad guy. You know, I'm like, you know what, I think I can do that. I'll work really hard at it, but you know what, I think I can pull it off, so.
Well, and everybody has a genre that I think suits them best. That's why people have specialties.
I can always die in Russell movies.
Yeah.
I always die.
Well, there's a kill minimum.
Okay.
If you're a new guy, generally the kill minimum is at least 5 films before you get an opportunity to live, or at least, you know.
I'm still dying.
Get to speak.
I'm still dying, guys.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'll die any day.
Okay. Sorry. Well, you know, you've also done more, so get over it,
Well,
right?
you died.
Just kidding.
Well, I gotta tell you the truth, and I know that this is weird for a lot of people, but as a woman, I actually am not a big fan of romantic comedy movies. I mean, unless they're really good on the comedy side, and romance is not at all. But the funny thing about that is the podcast that I have, Bustles and Bangers, we're reading vintage romance novels, and we're turning the whole thing into a comedy. You know, just by tearing them apart and trashing them and laughing and.
That was great.
Sometimes getting mad and getting very adult.
Well, you know, you know, with anything, I think it's a matter of perception. And if you can find something that you know makes it fun for you, why not?
Yeah.
You know, why not? So I mean, that's what it's about. You know, go out there, do something that you enjoy, something you're passionate about, something you love. And I mean, that's like I said, I will do this. You call me up, I'm there.
That's
I mean,
kinda how I am.
just like I told Chad, I said, you know, when he worked on Uncle Stan, I said, I kind of said, Chad, you're gonna put me in your movie, right?
Yeah.
And he's like,
I looked at him, I was like, well, you can't say no to that.
And he's like, well, yeah,
in many ways.
I'll put you in something. I said, no, Chad, you're gonna put me in your movie, right? And he's like, you know what? I might have a small part for you.
I was like, hold on, let me rewrite my script. Hold on a second.
You were on the list. You were the
Yeah.
first one on the list. Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's it's wonderful to get that opportunity. And I think, like I said,
I think what we're gonna do is like I feel like Adam Sandler in this situation, like, you know, I'm still thinking of writing films.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna be the same actors like Adam Sandler uses.
Yeah,
You're
no,
always in
and we're happy every time.
Yeah.
well, you know, it's a growing process, and you know what? Our success, my success, if you want to call it success, but our success as actors and our growth is also contingent on everyone else that's around us, because you know, when I first met Chad was an experienced actor, and I mean, oh my saying, oh man, Chad's done this, he's done over 100 films. If not, I'm sure if he hasn't told you, but anyway,
200.
Okay,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Anyway, so
Maybe.
you know, it's like okay, and then you have Russell, who's done Cowboy and Lucky, which is fantastic. You know, he was a stuntman for Chuck Norris and the original Walker, Texas Ranger, right?
Did you know he was a jobber
Hey,
Oh my God.
at the Sportatorium?
no, I did not.
He is.
Oh, see, you know, there you
He
go.
played a jobber at the Sportatorium.
So, you know, being around these guys and learning from them, and whenever I get, it's like, okay, who am I working with? I can learn from them, but then it's also the same time, I got to step up my game. And that's what it's about me. I'm a little bit competitive.
I was
You know,
going to
I'm
say
like,
friendly competition.
yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things that kind of inspires you. You know what? I can't let him down, because if you know I go up here and I do this and I don't do my you know my part to make it better, then I'm letting him down, and then I'm letting the film down, right? So for me, it's like, hey, every opportunity to get around other people, it's like, hey,
That's what it's all about.
I'm gonna step it up, and being around the same people, you know, these guys want to do this, and we feed off of each other.
Well,
and that's one of the greatest things about doing that.
I love how much of y'all's hearts are in this. And then you mentioned growth earlier. So that leads me to my next question. What do you think you're going to do next? Are you going to act in any other films?
So definitely don't stop acting, you know. So whatever Russell, I always tell Russell, like you said,
Yeah.
whatever you need me in, I'm down. There's still more films. And to vibe off the other question, how'd you get into it? Eventually I wanted to write my own films, and that took, only took like 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
So 2017 I started writing Uncle Stan. So I continue to have like a trilogy on that. There's more films that I think you'll touch on your part of it. Me and Shelby and Jesse, we're writing some more films, more horror films. I want to do more of those genres, touch into like the scientist era, maybe like, you know, some type of dead and all that. So more of those, more acting, shit. Just, I mean, whatever I get my hands in, my hands are there.
I'm excited because I love horror, I love sci-fi, paranormal, so I'm excited to see what you're
Definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely spawned off a lot of us, because I mean, if you think about what Russell's done with Red Sea TV, now to WACOWOOD, a lot of these people, Chad and Jesse and all these, I mean, they got their opportunity with Russell, and from that point, their growth came about, and now you got Chad's, you know, wrote and produced his own film.
Yeah.
You know,
Learn from Russell.
Learning from Russell, right?
I mean, 100%.
I mean, Jesse. I mean, he gives us all that confidence, but he gives us an opportunity to learn, because you know he's one of those guys. There's nothing on that set that he does not do or not know how to do. And you know, if you're there by him and you want to learn, he's going to teach you.
And they don't go home and edit the videos.
Yeah.
They put it together and release it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Much
I mean,
love.
he's fantastic, and I mean, granted, when he watches this part and he hears me talking about him, you know, and giving him praise, he's gonna be like, "You're dead" in the beginning opening scene, because you know, he's very, very humble. I love the guy, and I'd do anything for him. But I mean, like I said, it has really spawned off a lot of people here in Waco opportunities, and it's not just us. There's other ones that have made, you know, that have gone on to do a lot of other things because of Russell, Red Sea TV, and WACOWOOD. And again, Chris Cox is another. I mean, he's in there, and you get to interface, and he's done this so many times, and getting the opportunity to work with him a couple of times now, I mean, it's fantastic. And everybody, man, we're friends, and we all encourage
When
each
Chris
other.
Cox shows up, you know, limousine drops him off.
Yeah.
They take his jacket off of him. He goes in, does his scene, and he leaves. And I'm just kidding.
Well, that's awesome. And so after receiving all that mentorship and, you know, that type of guidance, what advice would y'all now have for someone who's getting into acting or trying to pursue it?
Yeah. So just know you can't. Well, you can, but just know most of the time you're not gonna be able to just jump right in and hit a big role. You might get that lucky look. So just be patient. If you don't do it for the passion, if you do it for the money, you're not gonna go anywhere. You know, you gotta start local. I say start local. Get your hands and feet wet. Know how it's about. Ask questions. Talk to us. Talk to Russell, Jesse. We threw a lot of names out there.
Yeah.
Just get your feet wet by doing extra work. I think that's the best, because you do extra work, you get to see everything going on, how everything is handled, worked on and off camera, front and back. Just know that, you know, you're going to do some stuff for free, and that's cool. Do it for fun. You can make that into your video reel, and you can show that and move on, you know. So that's mine. Just ask questions, talk to us or whoever, and just know you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things. If you truly want to pursue it, you should try. I mean, you can sit back and regret it all you want, but you don't gain anything by not trying. And I think that's one of those things. And not everybody's going to hit a home run. Not everybody's going to. But I mean, at least if you give it a try, give it an opportunity, you can say you've done that. And like I said, who knows? Potentially, something big can come out of it, or at least you have a sense of satisfaction that you tried it. Because I know, and going back to having the heart attack, the year after I wanted to compete, I was actually competing in the Spartan race. And not just one race, I wanted to do the trifecta, which was, 5K, 10K, and 15K. And I didn't know if, the doctor was like at first, I said, oh, that's not going to happen. I said, well, you know what, if I do this, this, and that, and I'm healthy, because I was already still in fairly good shape, but I ended up losing a lot of weight. I said, can I do this? I said, if it's absolutely not, then I won't. But if I have the opportunity, he says, you do this, you have 1 year, you meet all these milestones, get after it. Not only did I get to compete, I did better on time on one of my races by 30 minutes, and I completed all three in a calendar year. And it's fulfilling, because I think it's one of those things, if you want to do something, you got to try. Because like I said, you can sit back and I wish I would have done that. It's kind of like you put a plan together, right? And or an idea. Well, it's worth nothing if you don't execute it. So you either sit back and wish, or you jump up and dive into it. And that's me. I'm going to dive into it.
Wow. Y'all are so cool. I'm like, never been this close to a celebrity before.
This guy right here. Yeah. Oh, this guy.
Hey, we're working at it. I mean, granted, one day, I hope I'm trying to do some stuff for us. I've this doesn't have to make the reel, but I've been talking with Damien Chapa from Blood In, Blood Out, Victor Rivers. I met them. I've met Damien 3 times now. He knows me by sight, and I got his phone number.
All right.
So, they go check that, right? And communication with him. I'm trying to bring them into a project later down into Waco, but also I'm trying to get them involved with the Comic Con.
All right.
And I know you know about Comic Con.
I
know
do.
you know about Comic Con, but I want to try to get them as guests here for the Extra Co. Which I've made an initial contact with the people with the Comic Con, but I still got to keep pushing, and that's one thing, you just got to keep pushing to bring them in here, and possibly some others, and hopefully maybe we can get them in on one of our projects on a short, maybe a cameo or something like that. But building, and granted, these guys, they don't have to pay. I mean, they have so many fans, but for the, to be recognized by one of them and say, hey, and being actually introduced to another one by them was awesome for me. And I mean, I may not have done 100 films, but at least it's one of those things that. Maybe I'm a little jealous. Sorry,
well.
But
hey, you're doing a lot more. You're catching up though. I'm slowed down, but not for any real reason.
Yeah, well, you're busy. I mean, you think about it. I mean, you got your studio here. You wrote and directed another film prior, and and you still had time to do this Law Dog, which, man, we're kind of pumped because we get to be some really foul bad guys.
Yeah.
And I gotta dye my hair black.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now listen, that's gonna take a long time to come out. Be ready.
Hope y'all like it.
Well, that or he's gonna have a short haircut.
I'm gonna go back to the 2000s about some Manic Panic from Hot Topic.
Right,
put that in there.
But
we'll see what the bleach does.
Kool-Aid work.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, hopefully with
Kool-Aid is there.
Great. This is close to you get.
Law Dog, like I said, I'm looking forward to that. We get some new folks aboard. We just finished with Runner. That's Samuel French and Jay Snyder, Jonathan Snyder, and some of the others that are coming along. Elude me with some of the names, but I know those guys are coming in. My buddy Chad, myself, and we get to be really rotten individuals.
Awesome.
Kind of the scum of the earth kind of thing. So
we got dialogue too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I am so
We were
excited to see
talking
that.
in this movie.
Okay, well, speaking of how excited I am to see that, and I feel like I need to play catch up on some of the things of y'all's I haven't seen. how can we find all of the stuff y'all have done? How do we find you?
Well, for one, you can go to Facebook. If you're not friends with us already, which you should be, because we're really fun people.
Chad Pack.
Chad Pack. WACOWOOD, right? There's a site there. Go on there. You can like the page. YouTube, which is Red Sea TV, but it's still affiliated with WACOWOOD. Like I said, it's just a rebranding. TikTok and Instagram. So we're all there. We're all linked in. And like I said, YouTube has a majority of the films going
Even
back.
Amazon's got a few of the films. I've been
Absolutely.
in.
Absolutely.
What's that called? With being
Dirty Boys?
Dirty Boys.
Dirty Boys.
I think that's on Amazon. You can watch. And Azrael's at one point.
Azrael was on there. I don't know if it still is.
But yeah, so there's a lot of you know.
But yeah,
mix there.
Red Sea TV, like I said, it's transited to WACOWOOD. But like I said, hit us up. You know, message us. I mean, like I said, we're not going to turn anybody away. You know, and if you're interested in getting involved, not just by donations, not just by, you know, buying a T-shirt. You know, if you really want to give it a try, and get your opportunity to act with us. I mean, you know, we're always looking for extras. We're always looking for fresh talent. You know, hit us up. If it's not Chad Pack, right?
Yep.
And
Chad
well,
Pack.
Fred Elder, but you know, it goes Elder Fred because you know I had to kind of switch mine up. But Russell Clay, and I'm sure Rachel will point you in the right direction. You know, we love to bring in, and especially if you're local, we want to bring you in because, like I said, the more local talent we get here, the more experience everybody gets here. I think it's a great opportunity for this thing to just really blow up. So,
and we know you're out there. You haven't tried it yet, but you have it.
And don't be scared.
You have it, right?
Yes.
Come on.
Don't be scared.
Let's go.
Don't be nervous. Trust me. I was nervous before. I had to tell them both I was nervous. And granted, here I am, and I can't shut me up now. Unfortunately, that's how it happens. But you know, like I said,
are you good?
You know, give it a try. And like I said, I you know, another friend of mine, Mike Wilson, who I work with, he wanted an opportunity. He got to be in Cowboy and Lucky's Christmas, Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, he got a small part in that, and you know, he's loving it.
It was a cool part, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, of course, he got choked out, which you know, I can see why.
He died.
Sometimes you just want to choke people out. He's probably one of those ones you want to choke out. Just joking, buddy. But you know, it's one of those things. You know, you get a small part here, you get an experience here, and if you find that you like it, keep coming at it. And if you find that maybe that's not for me, or maybe okay, I tried it, and you know, I got in my comfort zone a little bit, and you know, whatever.
At least you tried.
It's fine. Give it a try, but don't be scared. You know, come in. You know, contact us. You know, help us out. I mean, even if it's behind the scenes, we're always looking for people to help us out.
Yep.
Well, I had a lot of fun with one of the projects I got to do with Chad. I thought I was just going to be kind of a blurry little extra, and we got to interact a bit, and that was a lot of fun. So I would absolutely love to see how I could ever be of help to WACOWOOD and be involved.
Definitely.
Well, before we
100%.
go, we did get you an official WACOWOOD T-shirt, so it makes you an official member of WACOWOOD.
Yes.
I love that! Yay! Well, and then this will make it a lot easier for me to tell people about it. I'll be like, hey, have you heard?
This is it.
Yes.
Yeah. Look him up.
Russell Clay, if you hit him up, he has you know, take orders for you. I mean, the red has been selling really well.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Like I said, if you want to donate or just buy a T-shirt and help support us, fantastic.
Yeah, trucker hats too.
Yes, trucker hats.
Oh,
I mean,
man, I'm gonna have to get one of those
we have the red and we still have the black. So, like I said, keep buying the shirts because each shirt helps us keep doing what we love to do, and that's help entertain you at the same time. So, you know, please, WACOWOOD, be part of it.
Well, thank you guys for letting me interview you. This was really fun and inspiring, actually. Thank you all for joining us and listening and learning a little bit about what it's like to be a local celebrity, because you really are. I love sharing anything that's going on with y'all and getting to say that I know these people. That's the best. And so, yeah, just absolutely check out Chad Pack and Fred Elder on all the cool things that they do, and, you know, follow all the social medias on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And for myself, I can easily be found, you can see like my regular day life at Rachel_Preece, which is Prece. I'm super unique. And that is a real middle name. Or you can actually find me, of course, at Bustles and Bangers on basically any platform, as well as Gypsy Danger 317, which is a little bit more the real me. So yeah, so wherever you can find me, you can find me. Yeah. So, thanks, guys.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so
y'all.
much.
Thank y'all.
Absolutely.
Thank us.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
All right.
All right.
That's it.
Nice. I hope I got it all.
I hope so too.
Yay!
All right, excellent. Whew.
Love
yeah,
y'all.
that's scary. You're